All right, so Kyler Murray is back, and first off, it's just fun to see him back. I mean, he's one of the most electric players in football, so him being on the field, that's just fun, and so I'm happy to see him back in general. Thought he played well. I mean, he wasn't given that much to do in this game, largely just because, listen, Andy Dalton couldn't stop throwing interceptions at a certain point. Like, there was a bit of, okay, let's let the Bears beat themselves a little bit, but still, when he was asked to do stuff, he did stuff and went above and beyond. He has so many of these just huge impact plays. So let's get into the film study and talk about what he really did well. First, there were some just, fumbled snaps or just losing the ball in general. Wonder if that's just the weather. I don't think it's a big deal. Was kind of funny, though. Anyways, wanted to talk about that, but let's talk about some more fun plays, more good plays by Kyler Murray. I mean, this is something that we were just missing from the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm glad it's back in our lives. It's stuff like this. It's the Kyler Murray to DeAndre Hopkins of it all that obviously was a huge part of their offense last year, and I feel like hasn't quite been as big of a part of their offense in terms of this exact play this year, only because they've gotten a lot of other stuff a lot better. They've become a much more complete offense, and also teams just don't leave Hopkins one-on-one too much anymore. But here you have Hopkins, who is one-on-one on the sideline, single safety deep, 4th down and 2, and I like this kind of stuff. On a 4th down and 2, you're thinking, okay, what's a high percentage chance of just getting the first down? So I think some teams, defensively, you're just trying to stop those, get right on that marker, make sure you don't give up those couple of yards, get off the field, which makes sense. But because of that, this can now allow for one-on-one matchups. And while, again, some teams don't want to have to throw the ball down the field, it's a pretty high percentage chance of this working out for Arizona if they do this. Watch, right when this play begins, there's, press at the line, and it's not even really that clean of a release, but eventually Hopkins is just going to get open because he's DeAndre Hopkins. That's what he does, right? And this is kind of why you do this, is because, A, it's a pretty high percentage chance of working, even with, it maybe not feeling that way, because Kyler Murray is so good at these types of throws, and Hopkins is so good at making these types of catches. And also, as you see, it's going to end up in a touchdown. So not only do you get the first down, but you put 7 points on the board. It was ruled incomplete initially, but then got overturned to a touchdown. So really good stuff there by Kyler, really good stuff there by DeAndre Hopkins, and this kind of was one of those plays where oh yeah, the Cardinals are all the way back now. This is what we had missed these past few weeks without these guys. Also, something like this. So this is a 3rd down and goal, and this was another, okay, Kyler is back type play. So 3rd down and goal, Cardinals are, at the 9-yard line, and a lot of times what happens in football when you're in these situations is your first read doesn't get open, nothing works out, you have to either throw the ball away or take a sack. Watch, right when this play begins, you can't really see what's going on totally downfield, but you kind of can, and nothing appears to be about to get open at the very least. And I've always said about Kyler Murray, no one leaves more clean pockets than Murray, and also no one does more damage when he's outside the pocket than Kyler Murray. So it's for good reason that he'll leave a clean pocket. This pocket is clean, but he can do more damage when he's outside the pocket. So if there's a situation like this, he will scramble out. Watch, that's what he's going to do, and then he is going to be able to, if he wants to, make a throw. Nothing really gets totally open, and also you look right now, I've circled a couple of Chicago players. You wouldn't think that Kyler can easily score a touchdown here. It's not like, okay, he's about to rush in for a touchdown, but Kyler isn't just an incredible runner, but he's a smart runner. Watch this little fake. That makes it a lot easier for him to get into the end zone. Never gets touched. So, again, stuff like that. I've always talked about in football, what are you adding? What value are you adding to your team? As a quarterback, what's something that when the play doesn't work, you can still get a touchdown? That's basically 4 points that Kyler just put on the board right there, because they had the field goal, but, most quarterbacks do not score on that play. He's a very special quarterback who can find a way to still get into the end zone even when nothing is open. I thought there was some stuff by the rest of the team as well. I think that's fair to say, like this play. So it's a little zone buster where you're playing against a cover 3 zone. You have your receivers who are lined up to the offense's right, who are going to run over the middle, and then your back just kind of follows them, runs this wheel route, and the idea is he can get open. It's a 3rd down and 2, so you're just trying to gain a couple of yards. Watch, you're going to see that Kyler is going to look over, and it's James Conner, that's the halfback who is maybe going to throw to, or he is going to throw to, I should say, and the throw really isn't going to be that great. Watch, it's a little bit behind, but Connor's able to make a great catch and break a tackle to get into the end zone for a touchdown. That's that's a good thing, not a bad thing. When you have a great quarterback and you have guys who can help him out, that just makes that, offense what it is, which is, just such a dominant offense for Arizona. It's truly incredible. So a play like this is another fascinating one. So this is, I think, a really kind of just a play that can show the intelligence that this team has, not just the coaching staff who, I've said pretty much all season at this point, I think Cliff Kingsbury deserves Coach of the Year just for the incredible X's and O's he's had throughout this season, even without Kyler in the game. But this is going to be very much a wall to play is going on, players showing high football IQ. It's actually an A.J. Green play with Kyler involved as well. It's going to be a quarters coverage play, and the idea is to get the ball to A.J. Green. It's a zone buster. That's the route that I've circled in white, sort of the end of the route. That's what you're going to want to do here. Watch. So right when this play begins, you're going to see that, you could throw it to A.J. Green now. Maybe you could make the argument Kyler should have just gotten rid of it earlier, but there is, a Chicago player who could step in front of Green if he wanted to. 21, who's kind of just, a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage and a little bit closer to the bottom of the screen. So I kind of get it. But what Green is going to do is kind of look back and say, hey, because of this zone buster, we've cleared out entirely behind me. I can run further deep, and I'm going to be open. And Kyler also sees this and reads this. So watch Green makes the right read, gets back. Watch Kyler makes a good throw, and they get the ball inside the 10-yard line. So again, just a really smart play and really clever play. I mean, the Cardinals continue to be one of the most fun teams to watch because of stuff like this, I think. So yeah, I mean, listen, great game for Kyler. The Cardinals, they just look back, and just watching this team, they just feel like this is a team that could win the Super Bowl. And maybe they should be favorites in the NFC. I think they are. If you ask me, in the NFC, I kind of feel like it's Arizona 1, Green Bay 2, and Tampa Bay 3. That's how I view this, even as a Buccaneers fan. I think Arizona is just fantastic. And I think that, again, what Kyler can do, it's such a shame he missed a couple of games because he was a lock for MVP. Had he not missed those 3 games, he was really going to win it. And the bright spot is, well, who really cares about an MVP award? You want to win a Super Bowl, and the best way to do that is to have an MVP caliber quarterback, which Kyler Murray clearly is. So that's what's very fun. Fun for Arizona. And again, the whole offense looks better. Obviously, Hopkins being back as well. It just makes the whole offense seem better. And also, apparently, J.J. Watt could come back come playoff time if they get far enough in it. So that's fun as well. Cardinals are a scary team. They're very good. There's no denying that. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.